So a lot of stories, top of the trends list this week. It really got people talking. To unpack exactly what they were and why, communication strategist Lorato Tshenkeng joins me now. Good evening, and it's always a pleasure to talk to you. I look forward to a Friday. Let's kick things off then, Lorato, if we can, with a story, as I say, that has really impaled us in terms of interest. The developments in the Senzo Meyiwa trial and Kelly Khumalo, songstress Kelly Khumalo's name coming up in a big way. Just remind our viewers again what that was about and why it was trending.
Good evening, Iman, and good evening to the viewers. This Senzo Meyiwa trial is still going to, keep us glued to the screens, both our mobile phones and the TV screens as well, as long as the trial continues. But Kelly Khumalo was in the news and in the social media chatter this week because Advocate Tefo, who is representing 4 of the 5 accused, when cross-examining Sergeant Musia, raised the question, or at least put it to him, that there's one of the witnesses is going to confirm that, in fact, the current accused were not any of the people that allegedly shot and killed Senzo Meyiwa, but instead Kelly Khumalo accidentally shot Senzo and to his death. And of course, the biggest issue has always been raised around why is it that there were a number of adults in the room who knew what has happened on that fateful day, but seemingly they are not forthcoming. And Kelly Khumalo, even before the trial started, has always, had to defend herself most of the time against such allegations. And of course, her lawyer, Magdalene Munsami, the following day, immediately after the claim after the question raised by Advocate Tefo, she defended, or she, literally came out guns blazing, raising the issue that firstly, Kelly Khumalo is not an accused in this case. Secondly, Magdalene Munsami herself, as a lawyer, was requested to be excused from the court. But most importantly, she feels that that question is raising suspicions around her client Kelly Khumalo from the court of public opinion. And when you look at the social media chatter, that has been the case in some sentiment.
Magdalene Munsami, we're seeing a picture of her there right now, also being taken or will be reported to the Legal Practice Council. So it's really getting messy, and we are not, fully into things. One imagines that there's going to be a lot more fireworks as this trial continues. But here's a story that we're also going to watch with great interest in terms of law and crime. And this was Arthur Fraser laying a criminal complaint against the president, accusing him of breaching the Prevention of Organised Crime Act by not reporting a robbery at his farm in Limpopo. And that one certainly got tongues wagging, Lorato.
So one of the common refrain, Iman, from a lot of South Africans, they like saying South Africa is a movie, or in some instances, it's a film. And I guess it's because of the many twists and turns that we take. And of course, when Arthur Fraser, the former spy boss, came out with a statement, and like many other well-known personalities, decided, instead of quietly going to the Roseburg police station, because he had that option of going to the Roseburg police station, open the case, and perhaps at a later stage raise the questions as far as asking what the police have done. But he chose to make it of a public spectacle when he went and opened the case. And when you read one of the lines there about saying, Mr. President, I hope that you will take the country into your confidence, it sounded more like a daring move, right? And of course, all of us were, in anticipation, waiting to see whether President Cyril Ramaphosa would ordinarily do what he does. That, as many claim that he's somebody who follows process and he prefers to do things, in a very measured way. But in this instance, and perhaps a lot of us who are in the communication space are quite thankful to Vincent Magwenya, who is the new spokesperson appointed as effect from June 1st. You know, one of the first things that he had to deal with was to respond to the issue as it is. Of course, there are many questions that are left unanswered. For instance, from the Fraser statement, why, when the matter occurred in 2020, is he only taking it on now? From the presidency's point of view, they are claiming that this is a disinformation campaign against the president. Why is it that they are not at least getting us to the point of what has happened since the matter was reported to the Presidential Protection Unit, as they claim it was. So there are more questions than answers.
Again, and where there are no explanations, the public is ready with their theories. Lorato, we're going to leave it there. I'm just going to make a quick throwaway comment about one of the other big stories that was trending this week. And this was really the Depp Heard defamation verdict, which overwhelmingly went in favor of Johnny Depp. And we saw him while he was performing abroad celebrating that verdict. It was certainly another big story that hit the top of the trends this week. As always, appreciate Lorato Tshenkeng for his analysis.